Hi everyone, welcome to Lola's Frugal Life. This is episode number 200. This is my weekly meal plan episode. So please stick around for a few quick words from our sponsor and we'll get right into the show. So welcome back to my weekly meal plan. If you're new here, each week I share with you guys what is on my meal plan for my family for the upcoming week. I also will let you know where any of the recipes can be found for anything that has recipe links or like a web page, like allrecipes.com or something like that. That you can go to find the recipe. And I also just recently started doing a blog post format of the weekly meal plan on my website, which is lolasfrugallife.com, where you can find each day with the meal that I mentioned on this podcast that I have planned. And then anything that does have a link to a website can be clicked on right in that blog post. So if you're interested in that, you can go there and get the recipe links directly. So the reason I do this as part of a frugal podcast is because I think meal planning is really important. It helps save money because you're more focused on buying what you need for the meals you're actually going to make, and you're not as tempted to order out because you already have a plan for the night, and it also just saves time and energy with knowing what you're going to make for the week. So that's why I do this weekly meal plan. Hopefully it'll maybe help give you some ideas of some things to make for your upcoming week. So the meal plan starts, this comes out every Wednesday, and the meal plan that I'm sharing is for the week starting on the upcoming Saturday. And I just really plan for dinners. I don't plan for breakfast and lunch. So this will be dinner recipes that I'm sharing with you. Occasionally there'll be a breakfast or lunch, but that's usually more like holidays or certain times of the year I might do something, but it's pretty much just going to be dinners. And I don't always add a lot of new recipes. I kind of rotate similar things over the course of time. Like, for example, we do tacos once a month. We do hamburgers every other week, things like that. Because I'm just in a busy time of life right now and I need things to be simple. So I try and make meals that are relatively simple to make. And I do rotate the things that we kind of generally eat. And I'll switch it up a little bit in this summer is a little bit different than in the winter. I do more grilled stuff in the summer than in the winter, and maybe some more salad type, like macaroni salad or potato salad, things like that. But it doesn't change too much. So anyway, this meal plan starts on Saturday, May 22nd. So on Saturday, I'm doing turkey meatloaf, which the recipe is called Jenny O's Best Ever Meatloaf. It's from allrecipes.com. And it's just a simple turkey meatloaf. It's got breadcrumbs, egg, Worcestershire sauce, ketchup, just your typical stuff that you might add to a meatloaf. It's just the ones that my kids have always eaten. So that's what we always make when we do meatloaf. And then on the side, I'm just doing boxed shells and cheese and then canned corn. So that's Saturday. For Sunday, I'm doing spaghetti and meatballs, but I'm not making the meatballs. I had purchased a package of the, I think it's like Aidells. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's like Aidells. They make like chicken products. So it's like a chicken meatball. And I had a coupon from BJ's a few weeks back, and it was like a 2-pack of meatballs. So I had used the first package a few weeks ago, so I'm using the second half of that package now. So it's really just meatballs that you just basically heat up, and then I'm serving spaghetti with that. But I am going to make a quick homemade sauce, which is best marinara sauce yet. It's from allrecipes.com, and it's a pretty quick homemade sauce that you can make really easily with just like stewed tomatoes, tomato paste, and some seasoning and white cooking wine. And I think it tastes really good for a quick homemade sauce, like without a lot of simmering time. So that's what we're going to do for Sunday. Monday, we're doing hamburgers. I don't have a recipe for the hamburgers. I pretty much just take ground beef and make it into patties. I might throw it on the grill this time now that it's getting warmer out and we have our grill all set up for the summer. I'm also going to be making a couple Impossible burgers from my daughter who doesn't eat meat. I don't really make those too often. I usually alternate that with a black bean veggie burger on the night when we have hamburgers, but that's what I'm going to do this night. And then I'm just going to do a can of pork and beans as a side, and then I'm also making classic macaroni salad, which is from allrecipes.com. It's just like your traditional like elbow noodles or like the squiggly pastas with like a mayo-based dressing. For Tuesday, I'm doing sheet pan chicken fajitas, which is from foodnetwork.com. And it's just your basic, sheet pan meal where you would chop up a bunch of chicken breast, toss it with some cut up peppers, some onions, some olive oil, some seasoning, and then you just bake it in the oven and then make fajitas with it with the tortilla, like the flour tortillas. And then for my daughter who doesn't eat that, doesn't eat the chicken, I'm making a chipotle black bean chili, which is from myplantbasedfamily.com, and she'll just kind of eat that as a meal. And then I'm also making a bagged salad on the side, just like the kind that you buy from the store, that comes with all the toppings and dressing included. And one thing to note with the black bean chili, if that is something that you might make, I wound up freezing it in portions because it makes kind of a lot. And so she was kind of the only one eating it. I mean, some of us would have a little bit, but not enough to like use an entire like instant pot full almost. Well, like half an instant pot full, I guess is what it makes. So I wound up freezing it in portions and then using it occasionally when we were having one of these type of meals where she didn't eat the main like dish like these fajitas, and it worked out pretty good. It did get like slightly soggier, but it was definitely edible and it tasted fine. She didn't mind it. So that was Tuesday. So Wednesday, we're doing shrimp scampi bake, which is from allrecipes.com. And that is it's just a shrimp scampi dish. You just basically put like butter and lemon juice in a dish, like a 13 by 9 baking dish, and you put the shrimp in the dish and you pretty much just bake it in the oven. And we like it. It's a really quick, simple meal. And then I just make spaghetti on the side, and we just kind of mix the shrimp scampi in with the spaghetti, and that's how I serve it. My daughter that doesn't eat meat does eat fish. She's like a pescatarian, I guess, not a vegetarian, so she will eat that. So that's why I can mix it all together. Thursday, I usually try and do either breakfast for dinner or a soup and grilled cheese because that's the night I go food shopping for the upcoming week. So this Thursday, we are doing breakfast for dinner. I'm doing turkey bacon in the oven, which can be found at brendid.com, BRENDID.com. And it's not really a recipe, it's just telling you how to cook it. It's pretty much just you put the turkey bacon on a baking sheet, or regular bacon, you could do the same thing. I just usually make turkey bacon. And you put it in the oven at 400 degrees for 10 minutes on each side approximately, but you got to watch it the second time around so it doesn't cook too much past how you want it. But it's just such an easy way to make bacon in the oven rather than standing over the stove and frying it all up in like batches. And then I'm just going to do scrambled eggs on the side with that, and I'm going to make home fried potatoes in the air fryer, which of course you could roast in the oven also. You would just have a little bit of a timing issue. Well, I guess you could stick them in the oven with the bacon while the bacon's cooking. But anyway, I just chop up a bunch of potatoes, peppers, and onions, mix it with a little olive oil, salt, and pepper, and I throw that in the air fryer while I have the bacon in the oven and cooking the eggs on the stove, and it all kind of comes together really quickly. So that is Thursday. Friday, this is our last day of the meal plan. I'm doing baked chicken nuggets, which is from allrecipes.com. So in this recipe, you take chicken breast, you cut it up into small little nugget-sized pieces, and you toss it in melted butter, and then you bread it. Like it's not your normal like dunk it in egg and then breadcrumbs. You toss it in butter. And I actually use half of the butter that it says in this recipe. You really don't need a lot of butter. You only need a tiny bit to get the breadcrumbs to stick, and then you just bake it on a baking sheet. I think they come out really good, and it's baked, so it's not too bad. And then I'm just going to do air fryer roasted. So the recipe is called air fryer roasted cauliflower and broccoli. It's from allrecipes.com, but I always choose one or the other. I either do a head of cauliflower or a head of broccoli, so I kind of mix it up each time I make this. If you have an air fryer and you haven't had cauliflower in it yet, you should definitely try it. It comes out really, really good in the air fryer. If you have any slight liking of cauliflower, it comes out really good. And then on the side with that, I'm just going to do a box of rice, like one of those flavored rices. Like I think I have like a red beans and rice type like Zatarain's or something in my cabinet that I need to use, so I was going to make that as a side dish with that meal. So that's the whole meal plan. Again, don't forget, if you're looking for any of the recipe links, I will share on my Facebook page, which is at Lola's Frugal Life on Facebook. If you just look for that, I'll share a link to the post once it's up, which will be before this episode comes out. So I kind of try and get them out at the same time. So you'll be able to go to the Facebook page and click the link, or you could just go to lolasfrugallife.com and you'll find the current week's meal plan there, and the previous ones too if you're looking for something else. And I am eventually going to try and make a separate page on that site of all the recipes. That way, if there's ever a recipe from a previous plan that you were trying to find, you'll be able to find them there. But I'm not there yet. I'm still working on this website. So anyway, if you'd like to email me with any questions or suggestions, you can reach me at lolasfrugallife@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Lola's Frugal Life. I do have a YouTube channel. It's the same as you can hear on the podcast. It's just on YouTube also. It's not like a video. It's just the podcast, but it can be found on YouTube also if that's more convenient. I already mentioned my website. And we also do have a private listeners group at facebook.com/groups/Lola's Frugal Life. I would love to have you join. Just submit a request and I will admit you to the group as soon as I see it. I usually check it every day. If you enjoy this show, please make sure to subscribe. And if you can take a couple of seconds to rate and review the podcast, that'd be super helpful to me. It's supposed to really help with, where the show comes up in search results so that others can find it also. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a really awesome day.